Good morning from Big Bend, Texas. More specifically, Terlingua or Terlingua, depending on what part of the country you're from. But check out this view we wake up to every day down here. This right here is the view we have here at Roadrunner Travelers RV Park. And right over there, you see that little canyon wall? That's actually the Santa Helena Canyon inside Big Bend National Park. Now, we've actually gone to the national park 3 times since we've been here. And in the last video, we told you why we can't take you guys along and film and show you what we're seeing. But today, we're taking you along with us on a small adventure. It's actually just a small drive down the road, 120 miles. Everything out here is really far away. But we're heading today down to Alpine, Texas to explore the city. Plus, we need to restock on supplies because supplies down here, including propane and food, are very expensive. So we're gonna catch that while we're there in town. We're going to the Davis Mountains, and we're gonna end the day at the McDonalds Observatory on top of the Davis Mountains, checking out a solar viewing and a tour of the observatory. It's been raining here the last 2 days, and the truck, the RV, everything is a disaster. So down here, they don't really have dirt. They have this gravel, and it's called bentonite that's around, and whenever it gets wet, it becomes, well, a mud puddle. And then when it dries, it becomes concrete. So this is my truck. And you should see the inside of the RV. Like, if you wear shoes down here, you cannot walk inside the RV. Which brings up my next point. We've been having a full-time job trying to keep the inside of this RV clean. Let's go see what Alicia's up to. I bet she's cleaning. I knew it. I knew you'd be cleaning.
Trying to wipe off breakfast from this morning. We had sticky oatmeal hands all over it while they were trying to get their milk. So I got that clean, but
you gonna show them your least favorite part about this park when it rains?
This park, it's been a great park, but this, I can't deal. Just look at what we're trying to combat.
And she cleaned this before we went out this morning.
Yeah, so the rug I'll wash, but I thought that I might try my ultimate cloth, so I have not tried it on that little landing there. So, I mean, you can see it's all over the door, it's everywhere. So this is going to come in handy, I think, for this job. We'll let you know how it turns out.
Speaking of ultimate cloths, we've been using them for over a year now, and we love them. And it's changed the way we clean everything inside our RV. And Steve and Susan with Ultimate Cloth have agreed to partner with us so we can give some away to you guys. So we're giving away some Ultimate Cloths. We're going to have 3 winners, and they'll each win a 2-pack. 1, 2, and 3. And in order to win, all you have to do is go to our website, pavingnewpaths.com, and purchase anything from our merchandise store. A hat, a sticker, a hoodie, a shirt. Anything from our store will have you entered to win one of these packages. We're going to run the contest from today, February 19th, through March 2nd. So the next 4 videos, you can go ahead and go over there and be entered to win one of our Ultimate Cloth giveaways. Are you ready for our short drive to town?
So short. It's just an hour there.
It's only 80 miles to the nearest town out here.
80 miles? Isn't there a Walmart there?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
Not so expensive pricings.
Oh, man.
It's very expensive here.
You know why it's so expensive here?
Why?
Because they have it and we need it.
That's so true. And it takes 80 miles at least to get it here. So I don't think they're doing any special runs out here for this little town.
Man. Do you enjoy waking up to these views?
I know, this has been amazing. It's so pretty here, and the sunsets here you just can't beat. So you gotta come check it out, everyone.
Look at this. We wake up to this every day. Welcome to Alpine, Texas. This is actually me and Alicia's second adventure we ever went on when we decided to go full time. The first was Big Bend, which we couldn't take you in there. The second is the city of Alpine and the Davis Mountains. And we're here, we're gonna do the walking tour. So they have a bunch of murals like that all over the entire town, and you can walk around and get the tour of the town.
neat.
What did you think about your return to Alpine, Texas?
I thought it was awesome. I'm glad we got to get out and walk around and see all the different murals because we only saw them from the car last time.
Yeah, this was our second ever adventure when we decided to go full time.
Crazy.
Like when we left your parents and decided to come out here.
Yeah.
Big Ben was 1, this was 2,
Yeah.
and all we did was get out and take a picture in front of Alpine
that
and left.
one sign, and then we were like, all right, we're done. No, we're gonna enjoy our time in the big city right now.
The big city.
Yeah, the big city. Little did we know we were headed to nowhere, but now we're in the big city, so we're gonna enjoy it this time.
We're done with Alpine. There is a museum here about Big Ben. It's on the university campus called Sol Ross, which is actually, they have an alumni there that's famous. He is boss on Bonanza.
I've never watched that show.
Your dad and Mr. Thomas were all about it. They were taking pictures next to him. But Alicia said, if you've already seen Big Ben, why do you want to go see a museum about Big Ben?
Right, I kind of feel like it's pointless.
We do have a reason for skipping. It's because there's some things up here that are happening on a schedule that we want to see. And if we go to the museum, we may be rushing to get there in time to do these stuff up on top of the mountain.
Right.
So now we're heading to Fort Davis and the start of the Davis Mountains. We're going to try to find some lunch, and then we're going to the top of the Davis Mountains, which I know I've been telling you guys how beautiful and awesome Big Ben is. This is better, I think.
So is this the mountains?
Well, we're still 24 miles away from them.
Oh, they probably can't
So
see
we
it.
might be seeing the beginning
There
of
we
them.
go. Sorry. There it is. Oh, that might be the beginning?
Yeah, but that's not
Okay.
them.
Okay.
We'll go beyond them.
Hey, Bob. Fancy mountains.
There's Bush. There's Bush.
There's a bush for you.
Welcome to Fort Davis, home of the Fort Davis National Historic Site. Guess who owns that? You're right, the National Park Service. So we've been there before, and it's a cool place, but it's also one of those places that we can't take you inside to film. We also want to let you know, if you've seen it once, you probably don't need to see it twice. It's not like a normal national park where every time you go in it might be something different. That place is really cool, full of history, but once you've seen it once, I don't think it calls for a repeat visit.
The only reason it might call for a repeat visit is because it had those 2 horses that we got to pet. Remember, we got to go up to them and Ashlyn got to pet on them? That was the coolest part for me.
So the horses were cool, not the history. Because that place is cool, but you have to read all the signs to figure out why you're there, what's the purpose of the fort, what it had in the history of this area.
Hey, that's where we even popped a stroller tire because we went off the path and we caught a cactus pokey. I don't know what you call those. And it went through our stroller tire.
We had to roll around on one side.
One side.
To get back to the truck.
Did you film that?
I did not catch it, but what'd you say?
I looked over here and said, look at those houses. I thought they were super nice houses. I forgot, we just passed this. This is the historic site we were talking about. What's it called?
It's Fort Davis.
Fort Davis Historic Park or site, whatever.
Fort Davis National Historic Site. Look, everybody wave at the Fort Davis entry sign.
Hi.
Hey!
Yeah, we turned around because we decided we wanted to grab lunch. And I wasn't paying attention. I just thought it was a super nice little neighborhood over there.
I'm starting to think I could take you to the same place more than once, and you think it's the first time.
I'm starting to think you're married to my dad. Because I got his memory, that's for sure.
Hey, you want to go see the Fort Davis National Historic Site?
Maybe.
I hear it's pretty awesome.
I hear there's some horses there.
Thought the diesel was expensive down in Terlingua.
Uh-huh.
It's really not much cheaper out here either.
I know.
Like in Alpine, it was $5.09. It was actually more expensive, and up here it's like maybe 15 cents cheaper.
What are we paying out of Big
$4.80 at Big Ben.
Oh, goodness.
It was $5.09 in Alpine. It was $4.68 back there. You know why? Because even though we're in Alpine, the biggest city in the area, that big city is still a very small city far away from everything else.
Yep, I'd hate to know I drove from Big Ben back to Alpine to get cheaper gas, only to pay more. That'd be terrible.
Hey, you know what the funny thing is? The cheapest gas or diesel in the whole place is actually the National Park gas station.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's you a pro tip, everyone.
All you gotta do is pay the entry fee to get there. We got lunch here at the Highland Hereford Café here in Fort Davis. Now our next stop is the McDonald's Observatory on top of the Fort Davis Mountains. Don't worry, we're gonna show you the drive. It's a beautiful drive, but we're gonna show you on the way down because we're in a time crunch because there's something we wanna do up there and they have a schedule. There's some old rustic houses here. Oh, it's almost like it's a Fort Davis historic site. Too bad we can't film it. Hey, I bet on the way down, I can tell you again, it'll be your first time all over.
Hush.
Welcome to the McDonald's Observatory. Here's the visitor center. There's a random satellite. There's a globe thingy. And there's 2 giant telescopes over there. About to go inside and see what there is to do here. There's a 2-hour tour where they show you how everything works here. And we kind of want to see if we can get in on that. You think they have a good internet plan up here?
I think so.
You think that satellite will pick up some TV channels?
I bet they're getting more than we are.
Where is your chair?
I can tell you what, it's not under me.
What this is called?
What?
It's called pacifying Caden. If you stop moving, he gets mad.
I'm just glad to see you helping.
You know, I like to help much.
So, on a scale of 2,000 to 6,000, where do our RV outside lights fall?
I think most people that get mad about them assume that they're this bright all the
Yes,
time.
that's what I was thinking.
And really, they're more like that.
Yeah, except ours have more of a pink tone because we're always on pink.
The girls love the pink. Every time I try to go to blue or any other color, it comes back to pink. But really, we can dim ours, and ours are so dim,
Oh yeah,
we still trip over things in front of the camper.
right. They're not
But-
bright at all.
Here, because this is one of those dark sky places, they recommend if you're gonna have any lights on, use the red so you can at least see stuff, but you're not interfering with the stargazing.
Yeah, so this is a good illustration of what the light does. So I'm glad they have that here because I didn't really understand why it mattered.
Well, it only matters to some people. They're called the light police. I know nothing about stars, nothing about this.
Yeah,
I'm not even a nerd about this, but I'm excited because it seems cool.
it does seem
Mostly
cool.
because I didn't realize it was so big.
I know. If this is a depiction of it, what we're actually going
We're
to
so
see.
far away in the parking lot and it's still huge.
You know what I actually thought this thing was?
What?
What is it called? A dome?
Direct TV?
No. I thought you brought your own telescope
No.
into it and set it up so it would just be dark in there. I
So
didn't
you
realize.
think they're gonna have telescopes at Walmart you can look at the moon with?
No, I'm not saying in every one of them, but like whenever we were in Marathon
Oh,
last
but that was a much smaller version. This is the size of a building.
Oh, okay.
This is almost the size of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, and we get to go in it?
Yeah,
That's exciting.
I know. I'm kind of excited.
Welcome to the party, Alicia.
I think Thomas is really excited.
Is he? Oh, he does like stars. He even has the app on his phone that tells you like what the constellations are.
I'm gonna go tell your dad that we have to walk all the way up there,
It's 3 miles.
even though I know it's a tram.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go tell him we have to walk up there and see what he says.
Good luck.
So, good news is we're going to do the tour. Bad news is we have to walk all the way up there.
Ooh, oh Lord. Have they got a old folks go-kart?
No. It's you and your feet and the nature.
Man, I'm tough. You very glad I'm tough today.
No, there's a tram, Phil.
Oh, thank God.
What did you learn about light pollution? What was that little motto you just said?
Be glare aware. If your light is shining up high, you might be impeding your vision or others' vision.
So what do you have to say about that? Because you had no light bulb whenever you were walking in the dark and broke your leg.
Perhaps I needed more glare so I could actually see anything.
So right there, that is the little baby telescopes that we see all over the place where you do have a smaller telescope in it. Up there are the big giant ones. Over here is the one they added later that's about 2/3 the size. And there is their direct TV. They can get all the channels up here. So I kind of feel like you're nerding out a little bit. Are you excited about this?
Absolutely. I wish I was going to be here at night. That would be awesome. But I understand why we can't.
Why can't we?
It's going to be cold as hell.
You just run that clip.
I might leave that on there.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't found my chair, but this will do.
That'll do.
Second best is okay.
We'll call it Phil's round table.
Yeah.
I think that we're out of our element big time.
Why?
The tour guy was just talking to some other tours,
Yeah.
and he gave the most scientific answer ever. He used the word vector and was pointing to the south by southwest at this angle and degree, and the guy responded back with just as much science stuff. And I just walked by, I was like, no idea what they're talking about. He's pointing at this Polaris, and he used like 18 science words, and the guy was like, yes, I agree.
Oh my gosh.
And here's some more science words. Meanwhile, we're like, there's a telescope, binoculars, and there's pretty stars.
I thought you brought your own telescope. That's how much I know.
The tour is starting. Y'all need to pay attention. There's gonna be a pop quiz at the end.
Got this.
I'm gonna ask you some science word, and y'all better know the answer.
Can I just sign up to fail? Because
Kevin?
this isn't my thing.
Kevin, just tell your viewers they're going to see another first, but it's not going to be a first. I'm going to fail another test.
It's a big old shiny dome, isn't it?
I know. I feel like we're going into a greenhouse for plants.
Oh, that's what you're calling it? They're not gonna be very happy. So show of hands, who actually knows what he talked about in there yet? Anybody have an idea of what this thing does?
Reflect light.
There's a bunch of mirrors that reflect light, and that's all I got.
When that guy said, do the fiber optics transmit light? I was like, no, they're for the TV.
All that dark matter that he was talking about is between my ears.
So he said the other one was the big one, but this one looks giant.
I know, right?
You said the other one was the biggest one?
Yeah, as far as the optical telescopes are concerned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this one's bigger, how?
Well,
The building.
it's actually not really bigger. It's medium size.
Really?
You know. Yeah.
Well, the building's twice the size though.
No, this dome is only 10 feet smaller than the one we were just around.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, this one looks huge.
Yeah.
So that's where we just came from, and that's the big one. Apparently that's bigger than this guy. Even though I'm not buying it, he says it is. But I guess they're judging it by the size of the telescope, not the building. But that's where we just were. This is where we're going. Caden, what do you think about telescopes? Yeah, me too.
Nap time's looking pretty good. I think it would be cooler if I could look through them.
Now you want to walk up and close one eye and be like, oh yeah, I see it.
Do these have the little eye thing like the other ones? Probably not.
I think it's all like computer.
Yeah. So I can probably.
I always thought it'd be like a guy in like this little bitty chair.
know.
Like he'd be like looking like this.
Right, that's what I thought. I had no idea they were this big.
He'd be turning all these knobs and like dials to dial it in. She just called you the teacher's pet because you were asking questions.
Okay.
Me?
Who's the teacher's pet now?
It got cooler at this part. I mean, I still don't have a clue what's going on, but it was neat to see the room.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
move and all
NASA
that.
people are way smarter than oilfield people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know what he's talking about with the mirrors, but I understood how that building moved. I had that building figured out how it was gonna move as soon as we walked
amazing. That's kind of like an astro world, right?
in. That's my
Kevin
jam.
told me before anything started, he said, this room's about to move. I've already figured this room out.
Nothing about the stars, but you knew the room.
No. So like the star thing is cool, but I understood how that room was about to move. I knew that telescope was gonna move that way. I knew that room was gonna rotate.
Yep.
That was amazing.
That's my old life coming back. How was it, Lolo?
Great. Very interesting.
How many thumbs up does it get?
2.
How many thumbs up do you give it?
And how much of it
12
is
thumbs up.
How much
20
of
thumbs
it-
up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have one word to describe it: astronomical.
Now that we're done with the McDonald's Observatory, we're gonna show you guys the scenic drive we took to get up here.
So I'm having these flashbacks of the last time we were here before we knew about a GoPro. When we were like trying to take the best pictures with our little Canon.
Oh yeah.
And trying to get the best shot and being like, you just can't tell how steep it is and how big it is and we need new lenses and all that. And then we got a GoPro.
I know, right?
It solved all our problems.
I remember specifically last year, I had the tripod out and I was like, I'm a photographer. Cheek.
I was trying to get like behind these things so that I could get those before the big picture. I just thought I was the best photographer in like a 2-week span of time. But I'm so glad we've moved on from that. And now all we carry around is our little bitty GoPro most days because this makes life easy.
Oh, when we got home from those adventures, we'd have like 4,000 pictures.
Trying to sift through them.
And the few times we used the GoPro, no one would say a word.
Then we would post them to Facebook and we'd be like, we'd start with like 150. No one's gonna look at that. Then we narrow it down to like 80. No one's gonna look at that. Let's pick the best 50. And then by the end, we were trying to pick the best 30 because we knew people weren't looking through all of our pictures.
By the end, we would put enough for like, yeah, we had to click more. Just whatever came up on the post, I think it's 5.
Be glad that was on our personal pages and y'all didn't have to live that with us because it was pretty rough.
Please enjoy our day and these 140 pictures.
By the way, there will be 140 more tomorrow. I'm hiking at a picnic area.
Little roadside hoodoos.
This is kind of cool. I wish the girls were still awake. so
There's
they-
actually a hike. We're next to Davis Mountain State Park.
Yeah?
It's all like that inside there.
Oh, that's so cool.
We don't have time for that, but it's cool.
Well, I saved the name of the little Prude Guest Ranch in case we're ever back in this area. We might stay over here since they have RV hookups now. And then we could do everything.
Well,
that's
literally,
over
we
here.
just put the gate for the Davis Mountain State Park. It's right there.
Yeah, so we could do the state park. We could,
Tons of hiking trails in here.
yeah, then we could do the nighttime stuff at the observatory and not have a 2-hour drive back to our RV.
Guess what?
What?
That's the drive's not the problem. It's the temperature.
This is
So
true.
being close to it's not gonna make it any less cold.
That's true.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the drive down the Davis Mountains. We're back in Alpine now. It's time to do some adulting because even though it's not very cheap here, it's far cheaper than where we're staying. So we're going inside Porter's here to get some food because we're running low. Then we're gonna get some propane and then we're gonna top the truck off with diesel before we make our small little drive back to Terlingua. Just 100 miles. Just 100 short miles and we'll be home. Home sweet home.
Terlingua, huh? Are
Terlingua.
you a local now?
Terlingua.
It's Terlingua if you're East Texan like us.
Terlingua. Well, it was maybe 10% cheaper than where we're staying,
10%.
but it's 30% more expensive than where we've been paying. I never knew $200 worth of groceries I could probably carry out.
You could carry with 2 hands.
Uh-huh.
$100 per hand. That's how they do it out here in the West.
I mean, I know why they do it, because everyone out here is out here for a reason.
Oh yeah, and it's such a haul to get it here.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
just to get, this is the big city, but just to get to the big city, the nearest other big city is like another 80 miles.
right. It's crazy. Hey, I'm just happy that they had supplies.
They do have supplies. Some of them you
Yes.
might like, some of them I made, a dad choice.
Hey, anything's better than nothing.
We get our propane topped off. Now we're topping off the truck with some diesel. Just so you know, it's $469 here, so it's still expensive compared to everywhere else, but it's cheaper than the $480 down by the RV park. We're getting some snacks, using the restroom, and we got 80 miles to go and we'll be home sweet home. You probably can't see us. We're not even close to being home. Check out that view.
It's so nice. Here, let me give you a better view.